Hello everyone, my name is Tom and I'd like to share some facts about the pangolin. Have you ever wondered what an anteater would look like if it was covered in hard scales shaped like artichoke leaves? Well then look no further than the pangolin. Pangolin is a wild animal that's currently endangered due to massive amounts of hunting for their meat and scales as well as just general animal trafficking. Personally, I have always had an interest in animals, and pangolins happen to be a favorite of mine. I've spent a lot of free time researching them, and I'd like to share the fruits of my labor. First, I intend to tell everyone what the pangolin is and what it eats, followed by the different types and where they're located, and then finally go a little more in depth into why exactly they're endangered. I'll start off by explaining some of the characteristics of pangolins. As you can see, they're covered in scales and they have quite strong bodies. Now, according to the African Wildlife Foundation, pangolins are in fact insectivores. What this means is that they tend to eat insects, such as ants and termites, which happen to be favorites of pangolins. Now, pangolins tend to eat ants and termites, which live in large mounds of dirt, which are quite thick and hard. So pangolins have evolved large, powerful claws that they use for crashing down the sides of these mounds. Now, this causes the insects to be sent into a panic, and I mean, it would probably send us into a panic too if a big animal started destroying your house. So the insects tend to go into a frenzy and just all scatter around. Some of them will attack the pangolin, and some will simply flee. Now, according to SavePangolins.org, pangolins have no teeth. What they do have, however, is a long, sticky tongue that they use to slurp up as many insects as they possibly can. Now, to help with this, they have very thick, strong eyelids, which help protect them from the raging insects that may attempt to eat their eyes out. Furthermore, they can also seal up their nostrils to prevent insects from climbing up their noses. This helps protect them from the insects. However, for further protection from larger animals, such as a lion, the pangolin can actually curl up into a ball, which will allow them to be protected even more by their hard, thick scales. While they're balled up, they can still use their tail and they can move their scales a little bit in sort of a cutting motion, which can actually injure predators. So now that we know what a pangolin is, I'll go into the different types and where they're located. According to Pangolins.org, there are 4 species of pangolin located in China. They are the Chinese pangolin, the Sunda pangolin, the Indian pangolin, and the Philippine pangolin. Now, according to worldwildlife.org, there are also 4 more species, for a total of 8 different kinds, that are located in Africa. Now, the African species of pangolins consist of the black-bellied pangolin, the white-bellied pangolin, the giant ground pangolin, and the Cape ground pangolin. According to SavePangolins.org, pangolins in these locations are typically found wherever termites and ants live. The pangolins don't really care so much about their environment as long as they have food. According to Lizzie Dearden of The Independent, pangolins are hunted for their meat and scales. Their meat is considered a delicacy in locations such as China, Vietnam, and other areas of Southeast Asia. It's considered a delicacy for years, which has caused the hunting of them to spike a massive amount. They are hunted in very large quantities, and they are also hunted for their scales as well. This is due to the false belief that their scales have mystical, magical properties that accelerate healing. Some even believe that their scales can cure cancer. This is of course incorrect because their scales are made of the same material of human fingernails and hair, which is keratin, which, as far as we know, has no healing properties. Now, according to John Sutter of CNN, pangolins are also one of the most trafficked animals in the world, if not the most trafficked animal. Based on this graph, you can see that over the couple of years, they have been trafficked in tens of thousands, which is far more than any other animal. Unfortunately, though, this might actually be a little misbelieving, as people may think that the fact that the numbers are going down, pangolins are being protected more. This is, however, not the case, and the truth is a little bit more depressing. The reason why the numbers of pangolins that are being hunted has gone down from year to year is actually due to the fact that pangolin numbers in the wild are simply going down. Scientists who research pangolins and try to find them to keep in captivity and just study them in general, as well as poachers who have revealed insider tips on finding them, are simply having more difficulty locating wild pangolins. So for a brief recap, pangolins look kind of like dinosaurs. They're covered in scales, they're insectivores, and they're located in parts of Africa and China, as well as being one of, if not the most heavily trafficked animals in the world due to their scales and their meats. Now, general ignorance of pangolins, as well as the fact that they're hunted so much, is causing them to be trafficked and poached into extinction. Simply because pangolins look prehistoric, it doesn't mean that they should suffer the same fate as the dinosaurs. Thank you.